In this podcast, Mel Robbins discusses her personal experience with anxiety and how she has used cold exposure therapy, specifically polar plunges and ice baths, to regulate her nervous system and manage her anxiety. She explains that when she feels waves of anxiety, it is her nervous system sounding an internal alarm that something around her requires her attention. This triggers a physiological response in her body, including increased heart rate, hyperfocused thoughts, and a feeling of panic. However, she has learned to manage these waves of anxiety by using cold exposure therapy to calm her nervous system. Robbins explains that cold exposure therapy has been helpful for her anxiety in several ways. Firstly, it has taught her to push through resistance and commit to doing something even when she doesn't want to. This has helped her build the resilience to face challenges and discomfort. Secondly, it has allowed her to shift from a state of stress and anxiety to a state of calm and confidence. By breathing through the discomfort of the cold water, she has learned to soothe herself and regulate her nervous system. Additionally, she has found that her circulatory issues, such as Raynaud's, have improved as a result of the cold exposure therapy. Robbins describes the process of cold exposure therapy, which can involve taking cold showers, plunging into cold water, or sitting in cold temperatures. She emphasizes the importance of breathing through the discomfort and using controlled breathing to signal to the body that it is safe and to calm the racing thoughts. She also explains that the cold exposure therapy activates the vagus nerve, which is the on-off switch between the anxious fight or flight response and the calm, grounded response in the body. Robbins addresses common questions and concerns about cold exposure therapy, such as the potential risks for individuals with certain health conditions. She emphasizes the importance of consulting with a doctor and having a trained supervisor when engaging in cold exposure therapy. She also discusses the role of thought patterns in anxiety and how the body's physiological response triggers negative thought patterns. She encourages individuals to use techniques such as breathing, pressing on the vagus nerve, and repeating affirmations to interrupt and change negative thought patterns. The podcast delves into the concept of engaging in a campaign of misery and how it can lead to self-doubt, lack of confidence, and a sense of settling for mediocrity. Robbins encourages listeners to recognize the flame inside them, representing their dreams and potential, and to actively engage in their own lives rather than succumbing to a campaign of misery. Robbins shares a personal story about her daughter's dream of becoming a singer-songwriter and the importance of taking small steps towards one's goals. She emphasizes the need to stop listening to the campaign of misery and start taking action to pursue one's dreams. Robbins explains that anxiety often begins with a worry, which triggers a cascade of thoughts and physical sensations. She describes how the 5-second rule can be used to interrupt the habit of worrying and stabilize the mind. By counting down from 5 to 1, individuals can shift their focus and redirect their thoughts. This technique can help prevent the mind from spiraling into negative and anxious thinking patterns. Robbins also highlights the importance of identifying triggers for anxiety and developing anchor thoughts to counteract them. For example, if someone feels anxious when pulling into their driveway, they can use the 5-second rule to shift their mindset and focus on a positive anchor thought, such as a pleasant interaction with their roommate. Robbins emphasizes that confidence is a skill that can be developed through action. She encourages individuals to practice small acts of confidence, such as speaking up in meetings or sending concise emails. By using the 5-second rule to interrupt self-doubt and worry, individuals can build the skill of confidence over time. Robbins also discusses the importance of visible work and how projecting confidence can lead to greater success and advancement in various areas of life. She shares examples of how using the word strategic in conversations and emails can positively impact how individuals are perceived in professional settings. Robbins provides insights into managing panic attacks, which can be triggered by intense anxiety. She explains that panic attacks often stem from an escalation of worry and anxiety, leading the body and mind into a state of emergency. By using the 5-second rule and engaging in verbal communication, individuals can help alleviate the intensity of panic attacks. Robbins also emphasizes the importance of emotional flexibility, which involves allowing oneself to experience and express emotions without judgment. She shares personal experiences of dealing with anxiety and highlights the value of seeking support from friends and family during challenging times. Robbins offers practical strategies for managing anxiety, such as journaling, physical movement, and engaging in open conversations with trusted individuals. She emphasizes the importance of acknowledging and addressing anxiety triggers, as well as developing coping mechanisms to navigate through difficult moments. Robbins also encourages individuals to be patient with themselves and to recognize that anxiety is a common experience that can be managed with the right tools and support. She shares personal experiences of using these strategies to work through her own anxiety and highlights the positive impact of taking proactive steps to address anxious thoughts and feelings. Robbins discusses the impact of emotional flexibility and the value of seeking support from friends and family during times of anxiety. She emphasizes the importance of open communication and the power of verbalizing one's feelings to alleviate anxiety. Robbins shares personal experiences of reaching out to friends and family for support during anxious moments and highlights the positive impact of having a supportive network. She also encourages individuals to engage in physical movement as a way to release anxiety from the body and to create a sense of control and stability.